Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Brother Muhammad?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah.
So today I have Brother Muhammad Abdul Aleem. People know him as HoopFinesse. But I have a tendency to call people by their actual names.
MashaAllah.
I have a hard
and
time.
I respect that.
Yeah, I have a hard time, especially if somebody's name is Muhammad.
Come on.
I can't do Mo. I can't do none of that. I gotta do Muhammad. So Alhamdulillah, this weekend we were having a basketball camp at ISGC, the masjid over here. And, I have Brother Muhammad here with me, and I wanted to talk with him about, who he is, and talk to him about the camp. So, Brother Muhammad, who are you? Why is everybody crazy to meet HoopFinesse?
I think everybody wants to play me one-on-one.
Everybody wants to play me one-on-one.
That's the thing.
We play 2-on-2. I'll be your point guard. I don't want to play one-on-one.
Everybody wants, a little piece of this halal bacon.
Alhamdulillah.
And Alhamdulillah, I'm a former college basketball player, professional basketball player. I played a little professional basketball in Yemen and in Saudi Arabia. And then I came back and I cut my career a little short. My wife, she didn't want to travel.
Okay.
So I started doing social media. I was teaching English.
Okay.
You're a teacher. I'm a Celtic certified teacher.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, I graduated, and then I ended up getting my Celtic certificate. And I started teaching, and every class that I had, they say, "Hey, teacher, you should do Snapchat." And then I did Snapchat, and mashallah, it was crazy, but I deleted it for personal reasons.
Yeah, Snapchat can be something else.
It's too much. And so then in Orlando, where I came back from Saudi Arabia, I started teaching at this school, teaching like Brazilians, foreign exchange students. Teaching them the English language, and they said the same thing, but it was a different social media platform. It was TikTok.
Okay.
So I'm like, no, I don't want no dancing. What do you do, dancing? I said, no, it's not dancing. It's anything you're good at. You post on TikTok, but they say you're funny. You should do, because I used to do skits and stuff. In the classroom with the students. I never taught directly from the book.
Okay.
I captured the concept and I taught in a way.
But that's really teaching, though.
That's teaching.
Just reading out a book isn't teaching.
And that's how I actually try to use my social media to teach Islam. The same technique.
Yeah.
And so the students say, "Hey man, get TikTok." So me and my wife got TikTok. I said, "Hey, that's the app that my students are talking about." We did a few TikToks together, and all of them went viral. Mashallah. And then I said, "Hold on, I kind of like this. It reminds me of Snapchat, but a little bit more."
It's an open platform.
Yes, open platform. So and then I developed the HoopFinesse name. I developed the Sheikh Halal Bacon name. Can I get a mashallah?
Can I get a mashallah? I love that.
So those things develop over time, and now I'm doing Dribble and Dean.
Alhamdulillah.
And so that's my tour. It's a Dribble and Dean tour where, I teach the kids that they can dribble.
Yeah.
They can be engineers, doctors, whatever they want to be, and still maintain their deen.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about the logo. You got the goofy on the basketball, which is pretty unique. What's going on?
So I got this idea from a sister named Jamad.
Yeah. She has the hijab
on. And so I grew up playing with the wearing the kufi.
To the video, I'm gonna add the picture of you and Musa.
Okay, so yes. So I grew up, and my father, he loved kufis. He never leaves the house without his kufi. He never prays without a kufi.
Yeah.
If he's at my house and we're praying, and he left his kufi in the truck.
Yeah.
He'll go and get the kufi, and then
even in all your Instagram posts, he's wearing a kufi.
He's wearing a kufi, and he raised it with pride.
You guys give him a hard time too.
Yeah. Yeah. I try my best not to annoy him, but I love him, so I can't help it.
Who annoys him more? You're Musa.
I think Musa. Musa don't stop.
Okay.
And with Musa, it gets funnier and funnier and funnier. See, I'll go like the second joke, and I'm gonna say, "All right, Paz, we'll laugh it off." But Musa, he's gonna make it funnier. He's crazy, mashallah. Musa, I love you, man. And so when I started this tour last year, I said I need a logo.
Yeah.
And so I love basketball, and I grew up wearing kufis, even during the basketball games when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 12, 13. We used to play with kufis on our head.
Subhanallah.
You know, everyone knew who were the Muslims on the court.
Yeah.
We were dribbling and deaning on the court. And so I said, you know what? I like what Jamad did, was put a hijab on there, because that's what she represents. She represents the hijab in basketball. So then I said, let me do the same. And
that's really cool.
And this is an actual kufi. Yeah. So I took a basketball, put one of my kufis, I put it on the basketball, took pictures, and the guy made it into a logo. So this is actual how it's sat on the basketball, you know. So Alhamdulillah, and I loved it. The brothers loved it, and I went with this. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so one of the things about it is, you know, a lot of people, they ask about the camps. Alhamdulillah, over here we sponsored it from the masjid, but a lot of people, they ask certain things, like they'll ask questions about the expenses associated with it and stuff like that. And one of the questions I've been getting, and I answered, I'm like, look, you take your kids to a camp with some basketball player or something like that. What environment are you getting? So I'm like, it doesn't matter how much you're spending, it's about the environment, because you want to keep your kids in a Muslim environment. They go out and they play with somebody else, they're getting influenced by that. But you see this brother here, he got a kufi on, he got a thobe on, his knees are covered. You see the knees are covered. Musa's knees are covered whenever you see him playing professionally overseas. Knees are covered. Why is this so important to see a basketball camp? You give a great camp, I'm not talking about that. But the environment and the person giving it, why is that so important?
You see LeBron James, Steph Curry, you know, Kevin Durant, all these great players. They're great players, but they cannot give our children any parts of the deen.
Absolutely.
They don't even know what La ilaha illallah is. So you might pay $500, $600 to join one of their camps. Their camps, they're already millionaires, and they're still charging $300, $400, $500.
And they're usually not even there.
Yeah, and he might show up. He might show up in a 3-day camp or a 4-day camp. They may show up one time and shoot around, and you know the kids want to see Steph Curry, and they'll pay hundreds of dollars to see him for 30 seconds, right? But then it's just material. It's just, he's famous. But what about the akhirah? Steph Curry is going to pass away. He's going to return to Allah. The kids who look up to Steph Curry, they're going to return to Allah. So what state are we going to return to Allah in?
Absolutely.
Are we going to return to Allah with La ilaha illallah? Allah says, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَ تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. What kind of dhikr that Steph and LeBron can do to our kids in terms of the akhirah, spirituality, Islam, iman, taqwa. So I try to use whatever basketball skills I have to reel the kids in and then give them deen as they're playing. So it's not too boring. It's not too, he's giving a khutbah. No, a little 2-minute talk, 1-minute talk about Birrul Walidain. 1 minute talk about importance of salah, importance of being a muhsin, a good doer, importance of patience and shukr and being grateful. So according to the Quran and Sunnah, this is more valuable and more precious than $100 fee that I charge. And when I charge $100, subhanAllah, a lot of that money goes into the shirts. It goes into the traveling expenses. I see very little profit of this $100 per kid, you know. So, but I lose in some camps, but alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed me to continue these camps so these kids can benefit physically and spiritually, inshallah.
I mean, so one of the things about it with the camp is a lot of people need to understand, you're not focused on the money, alhamdulillah. That's spending time with you. The last 2 days, the hours I spent with you, I understood that there's a lot of humility, there's a lot of humbleness that comes from your upbringing. And because of that, if there's a kid who can't afford the camp, you won't say no. Your heart just won't allow it. So what's it called? And then obviously that goes into it and subsidizes whatever you do make. And what's it called? A lot of people don't understand that it's not really to you. It's not about money. It's about bringing the kids in. So over here, at first we were going to do 40 to 45 kids. Do you remember? Then we went up to 60. Then we went up to 80. And then we were like, okay, just whoever wants to come can come. And so alhamdulillah, we had maybe between 60 to 80 kids today, if I'm not mistaken. And it's amazing. They love you. They want to be around you. And you're teaching them. You're going through. And one of the great things about you is you use your teaching ability and bring it into the basketball. And a lot of basketball instructors, like even professional players, don't have that. How do you think that puts you at an advantage with the teaching experience?
There's a technique in delivering a message. Even when it comes to dribbling, it's a technique. The dribbling drills, the shooting drills, any skills on and off the court, there's a technique of delivering the message. And a lot of basketball players don't have social skills. They don't have the experience to teach kids where they're not bored or they're not stressed or they're not like, oh, here we go again. So teaching and delivering the message is very important. Yeah. And obviously, Alhamdulillah, I had professional training skills in sociology, professional training skills in social work. And also, Alhamdulillah, I've studied in Yemen, I studied in Saudi Arabia, I studied the religion. So with all that, Alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed me with the ability to socialize with the kids and teach them while I socialize with the kids.
So how many juz have you memorized? Are you done?
Alhamdulillah, I'm almost finished. I have maybe 12 more juz.
There's somebody that just showed me a picture. There's a picture you circulating online that he's a hafiz of Quran.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
no, I didn't memorize the Quran yet. Almost. Give me 2 more years, inshallah.
He actually showed it to me yesterday. He's like, is he hafiz? Like, I
know
he's close.
I'm not hafiz. No.
Alhamdulillah, all of his friends are, mashallah, hafaz.
They are hafaz, they're ulama. So I got to step up. I got to at least finish the Quran, Maybe I may not meet them in the knowledge, but at least if I can meet them in finishing the Quran, then that's good.
So one of the things you use, like last year you used to do lives on Instagram lives, and mashallah, you used to give shahadas out to people.
Mashallah.
Is that one of your goals, is to become a da'i full time, or is that something you're going to do alongside?
I love that. I love being a da'i, but the thing is, I don't want to limit myself to one thing. I don't want to limit myself to basketball. I don't want to limit myself to being a da'i or being a scholar because each one of those people, they have a certain type of persona or characteristic to upkeep. I want to be free. I want to be able to act the clown, be myself, and still maintain my religious duties. I can be myself. Like scholars, there's certain jokes they can't do.
Yeah, obviously.
Unfortunately, so I don't want to be restricted. Okay. One video I might give a dawah video. The next video on social media I might give a video with my wife clowning around doing the Arabic video. Yeah. So I want that freedom because people need to see that there's different. Islam is reachable. Imam Deeb in Ohio, he told me something and it stuck with me. He said, Muhammad, make Islam reachable, accessible. Like people can be a Muslim and still be themselves. Yeah. And so that's what I try to emulate, inshallah.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the main things. A lot of times people, they don't understand that there's a gradual process of increasing how much, religiousness you want to display, not just physically like you and I do, but like even inside or even in front of people. Like you can't, if somebody they're transitioning to becoming a better Muslim, you can't be like, hey, if you don't pray your 5 prayers in the masjid, you're not going to get that much hasanat, you're a loser or something like that. Right. You're going to drive them off. Right. So your approach is good for a lot of people who may be coming along and they may need that push, and you're able to provide the push with your wife, mashallah, who is also a convert herself. Yes. And you're able to provide that perspective, which a lot of people don't understand. And something I joke with convert brothers and sisters a lot of times is, I'm like, the Sahaba, they were converts, so you guys should be doing better than us.
No. That's a long leap, and that's hilarious.
So I do that with
I try to live Islam. Yeah. I don't try to preach Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
I try to live it. People sometimes, especially in 2022, people are slightly tired of this preaching method, this preaching approach, because we don't see the change.
Exactly.
Where are the Muslims? Exactly. We want to live Islam. Don't just preach it. And so I try to live Islam through my platform. May Allah accept.
Ameen. So like one night I was doing tafsir over here at the masjid, and we were going with the ayah, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. I was like, sometimes this ayah makes me cry because I'm like, how can we live this ayah? It's way too hard. Yes. Alhamdulillah, you and your wife, you guys are trying to do it the best you guys can. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept. And mashallah, he's a family man, so he does these camps and he's got to go back to family, give him time, get him stuff like that. Yes. But if your masjid has not had a camp, you guys really need to have a camp so you guys can get the environment. That the environment is what he is providing, and this is what we're lacking in most communities, most masajid, most community centers. If we could really get that environment down pat, the change would be visible.
Yes.
So, jazakallah khair, brother Muhammad, for your time. Is there anything you want to leave us with? Any wisdom?
Can I get a mashallah?
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.